Now y'all gotta be asking yourselves a question. Where you been? Where'd the Renegades go? Why hadn't we heard anything from them in a week? Well, the short answer is we received a community guidelines strike, and it prevented us from posting for 1 week. And the longer response is there was a 2-second clip in a 23-minute video that we had posted. It was a Try Not to Laugh challenge that a community member of ours made for us, and they basically just said, oh yeah, this 2-second clip right here, nah, we can't have it. Your video is done. That's a community guideline strike, and you're not allowed to post anything for 1 week. And here's the interesting thing about it. That video that we got hit for, just for context, it is a Russian man sniffing a rag that has chloroform on it and him passing out. Basically, that's the whole gist.
A skit.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's been proven to be a skit. It's been proven that it's not real. It's been proven that the man in it did that because he thought it would be funny.
It's a joke.
Yes, that's it. It was a joke. It was not actually chloroform. It was him just on around. He's like, see, it's nothing. Like, it was too, like... But YouTube apparently just doesn't take it... Look, I understand the community guidelines change over time. They have changed over time.
And serve a purpose.
I understand.
Yeah.
But when it comes to creators wanting to post content, and if YouTube does find something that is wrong with it, I'm not just talking about community guideline strikes. I'm also talking about age restrictions. I'm also talking about demonetization and all that. So YouTube, I would like to just say, like, we've both been through the ringer on this.
Oh, God, yeah.
And I went to bat with Chad, and, you know, we basically were able to fight off all the community guidelines.
Three within 2 months.
Yeah.
And it was Nate talking to people, me talking to people, and it was always different people with different answers and solutions to the same problem.
Yes.
Nobody was ever like, oh, yeah, we're working on this, and I talked to, you know, Steven about this, or Samuel about this, and we're working. It's like every single time I talked to somebody, they handled it in their own way, and it was usually only one person gave a shit and fixed it.
Yeah. And I did that too. I went through the creator support, which honestly, after about 2 or 3 like back and forth conversations, they just basically turned on customer service robot and was just like, it's like, there is nothing more we can do. We apologize. We know this is not the outcome that you wanted, but die. Yeah, basically that's what it was.
Yeah.
They just gave up. And then I went to them on Twitter, and I got the community to basically like massively like our tweet and everything, just so YouTube would take notice. And then YouTube on Twitter basically said the exact same thing. And that's the crazy thing, is that this clip that we got hit for is all over YouTube. You could actually type it in, and me and my editor, we went and we looked, and there were at least 10, if not a dozen versions of the exact same clip. And that's not even counting all the ones that are in Try Not to Laugh challenges that are out there at random. So, if you do a Try Not to Laugh challenge out there and you see that clip and that's in your video, you are also at risk of getting a community guideline strike.
Yeah.
And it makes no sense. If the original videos that are still up and everything like that, but yet ours is the one that gets hit, it makes no sense.
No.
It is just beyond anything that I could even ponder to hold to the fire and be like, yeah, this is worth dying on a hill over.
Well, dude, ours was, all 3 came from Markiplier Try Not to Laugh challenges.
Yeah.
And I think that's literally the only thing that saved us, was the fact that he's so huge, and that obviously the rules weren't applying to him.
No.
Without that, I mean, in your circumstance where it's, just on YouTube with no notable name attached to it, it's hard. because then they can just ignore those fucking other ones, you know?
And I guarantee you, if they went and, you know, Mark had done the Try Not to Laugh challenge that had that specific clip in it, then I guarantee you they would be like, oh, well, okay, we're just gonna remove your
Dude,
strike.
they told me to report him.
They did the same to me.
Right. Remember, I sent you the message when they first did it. They will tell you, oh, if this clip is in other people's videos, then you should report that video to us.
I ain't snitching, man. I'm not going to risk someone else's channel getting taken down for some nonsense that it... Look, beyond all of this, YouTube really needs to take steps to implement things that they have at their disposal. For instance, the copyright content finding tool that they have gives you specific marks, like timestamps on specific parts that are copyrighted material, and it gives you the option to remove it.
Yeah.
Now, it's the same. It should be the same deal with this. If they find something in your video that is offensive, they need to timestamp it. They need to send it to you and say, "Hey, you have your video as of right now is demonetized, but if you delete this specific section, then we will completely remonetize your video."
Yeah.
Because basically that guarantees the person, you know, the creator of that video is basically not being kneecapped and is able to... I guarantee you, Russian Badger's talked about this. He's talked about YouTube implementing a system that is a lot like their copyrighted content, where it basically, the tool will show you the specific segment, and then it'd be like, oh, okay, so instead of tanking my entire, 20, 30-minute video, that Badger, by the way, spends over a month working on most of those videos, instead of it tanking immediately everything that he's done, instead it'd be like, oh, I just got to remove this 5 seconds from the video? Okay, fine, there we go. There you go. All said and done. All's well in the world, but they don't do that. Instead, and community guideline strike, the most extreme being the community guideline strikes, and it was 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
If you would have told me, if YouTube would have came to me and said, oh, you have 3 days to delete this 2-second clip out of your video, and if you do not delete it, we will give you a community guideline strike. Heck, I would be a little more lenient and give them a week, but 3 days I think would be still plenty enough time for anyone to do that, especially given the YouTube, the video editor that is readily available to almost every YouTuber right now. I just don't understand why they would do this, and they would literally kneecap a channel for a full week to try and prove, for no reason.
Well, it also sets you up on the pedestal for, if a couple more things go wrong, buy a channel.
Yeah, that's the
no
other
argument.
Thing. Yeah, and this is something that is a danger to all creators out there. I know that there's creators who aren't going to get hit by these en masse because YouTube is just making so much money off of them. But for creators like us and creators like Rick and creators like so many others out there who have who've contacted us about this, it's just it's damaging. It's very, very damaging to anything, any plans that you have. And for someone like you who's still on the come up, y'all just passed 26,000 subs. Yeah. And if y'all want to hit 30 before the end of the year, and then you get one of these, it's going to be very hard for you to do that.
I mean, it made us reevaluate the whole situation, honestly, because we realized that YouTube is something that we can do that's really fun, and we can monetize off of it, but we can't make a career out of it because there's no stability. It could literally be you do nothing wrong and you lose everything.
You basically get just jack slapped.
Yeah.
For no reason.
And it could just be you. It could just be your day.
Yeah.
So I'm not even trying to deal with that, honestly. I love the situation of getting to meet people and talk about all this cool stuff and watch all these interesting videos, and I've learned so much, but I can't fully invest into something that could just disappear overnight for seemingly no reason.
Yeah. And I would love for YouTube to put forward some effort to value their creators and value the people that have made their platform what it is. And I'm not saying, and this thing, I'm not saying I'm a prize. I'm not saying like, oh, YouTube should be thankful. No, I'm not that kind of person to just be like that. But instead, I am just trying to say, I just want fairness.
Yeah, fair is fair. That's
I want
it.
fairness, and I want the ability to, have the tools at my disposal to keep my channel going, so that I can continue to do this, and that YouTube can continue to make money off of the content that we post. And that should be I think that should be seen as fair on all standards and all points, but apparently not. I don't get it. I really don't.
And let's be clear about this too. You have to be massive on the platform to not have to deal with this shit. Mm-hmm. It still happens to people who have 1 million, 2 million, 3 million subscribers.
Yeah.
But once you're like 10 million, those people don't get touched.
Once you get that diamond play button, it's very difficult for them to like hold you down.
Mm-hmm.
And we're nowhere near that.
No.
We are just about to hit 272,000 subscribers,
which is insane.
I'm still very excited about. I'm still very happy about. Every subscriber that we get, I'm just like, whoa. I still can't believe it. But just the fact that this keeps happening, it's very disheartening. And the fact that YouTube has the tools at their disposal to do something about this, it really like makes me just like I love the platform, and I love being able to post this on here. I love being able to watch videos and enjoy my time on here, but it burns a hole through like any motivation that you have to do that. And it's like I was looking earlier, I have posted today at least 14 videos, and I've already like pre-scheduled them to release just in case something else happens. Yeah,
that's the other scary thing. Is just like you can't have any communication with people. You can't post anything. You can only hope that you've been able to have people transition over to something like Discord so you can still communicate with them.
Oh yeah, and
a large majority of people, that's not the case. This is the only way that we have the ability to speak.
Yeah. And I want people to understand that we appreciate you all being patient and sticking with us, and everyone, all the welcome back, hey, congratulations on being able to post again. That brings joy to me and everything, and I appreciate every single one of you out there that does that. But just my problems with the platform still stand, and I'm hoping in the future something is done. Creators more powerful than either of us combined have tried to do something about this, but if we can add to the noise and just show people, hey, this is something that needs to change, this is something that needs to improve. I mean, I hope it helps. I hope some people will look back on this video and be like, hey, these guys actually like hit the nail on the head, and like what a potential solution.
And get the bad guys too. Like we're all about taking down these channels doing nefarious stuff and like really posting some awful shit on the platform. Like nobody wants that.
No.
But there's a difference between that and somebody doing a gag.
Yes. And it just it really loops us in with the worst of YouTube whenever you do this kind of stuff here, and I just don't I just don't understand it. It's I guess until like a better system is put in place, this is just going to keep happening.
It's something catastrophic will have to happen.
Yeah,
somebody's channel will have to get deleted. That's just like PewDiePie or something.
I would say if it's someone like Markiplier, or I actually saw that Corey X Kenshin's basically like he talked about like closing down his channel because of he broke a promise or something like that. I was like, damn, like that's some balls right there, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, everybody, we just decided to come on here and talk about this to sort of clear the air on what all happened and hopefully this answered some of your questions. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask them down below in the comments section. I will get to them if I can. And I want to thank every single one of you for your support. And until next time, I'm Nate.
I'm Chad.
And we'll see you later, everybody. Peace.